gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday to think about what the day was. So, yes, we started a little bit late tonight because you might have noticed in the live chat room, I did the vote for the cover video tonight, and it was between Parisian Ialques and I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. So I had to try and change that, retype it in, and yeah, obviously it takes me a bit of time to type it all. So, right, oh, hang on, what's going on here? Oh, right, why is this not working now? Let me see. It seems like it's been 1 2 1 2. I'm checking the levels. Okay, it looks like it's now working. So yeah, it seems like now I'm getting an echo. It seems like it's going to be one of those days, one of those live streams. So anyway, we are back. I was just saying until thank you for letting me know that the mic wasn't working properly. But hopefully it's back on now and that it's fine. Hopefully, thumbs up, and it seems like we are back. While you couldn't hear me, I was just saying about how we started a little bit late because I had to retype in the vote for tonight's cover video because it was between Parisian Ialquays and I don't want to miss a thing. So in my defense, the E is next to the W for walkways, so I just missed it by a tiny amount. But yeah, I had to then stop the vote and then start it again, so it took me a few minutes to do all that, and then obviously that's why we're a few minutes late. But I could see in the chat room when I was typing it in that people say, "Is Phil running late?" And I am literally late. So yeah, that was true. But then again, if you saw the vote the first time I did it, you'll know exactly what I was doing and why I was a little bit late getting to it. So anyway, let's get on with tonight's live stream, and I'll get the names of my patrons up on screen because they make this all possible in the first place, and a massive thank you to these people at the bottom of the screen. They make it all possible, everything that I do on the channel, all of the analysis videos, all of these live streams. So yeah, thank you guys, you know who you are. And let me get the likes goal up on screen tonight as well, because we're aiming for 355 likes. So if you could hit that thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be very much appreciated. And if we do indeed hit that total of 355, then we will have Phil Jam number 307. So the other annoying thing that's happening, and this is hair related, is that the bits that I've grown for my fringe are trying to curl into my eyes. Actually, it's longer than my eyes, so it curls underneath my eyes. It's really annoying. And it means that this, I'm going to have to keep pushing this back. I've tried to spray it within an inch of its life to stop it from curling, but it just defies the laws of physics. And the curls are just so strong, it's ridiculous. And it makes me think maybe I'll have to rethink this style of having longer fringe hairs, or trying to grow the fringe out to the same kind of length as the sides, because it curls the opposite way. So I'll have to have a think about it. So yeah, this is the first night tonight where it's just been so curly, it is ridiculous. I'm not sure whether you can see it on this side. It's kind of trying to curl in like this, but like I said, I've sprayed it so that hopefully it'll stay, and we will survive. But anyway, for tonight's live stream, we're just going to be doing much of the same, including getting the donations tab up on screen to say that you don't have to donate, just watching is great. So if you could hit the thumbs up, that would be very much appreciated. But let me get the likeometer up on screen, because we have to get that on there as well. And we've got 218 likes. So thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. That's a good start. I always say that at the beginning of the live stream, if we get to 200, that's a good start. And we're at 218 already. So now, trying to figure out how much that is. 137, was it? Maybe 136 now. In order to reach the target, that's the maths done for today. And yeah, I think I saw somebody go through the live chat room saying, what about a keratin treatment? You know, and that's something that I know about, because when I was 21 or 22 and I just started growing my hair, I did have it chemically straightened, because it was going through that phase where if you have grown your hair and you have curly hair, you'll know what I'm about to talk about. It goes through a phase where it just goes outwards because of the curls, and it takes quite a long time for it to get to the length where the weight of it then holds it down and you don't look so ridiculous. But getting through that phase, I had my hair straightened, chemically straightened. But yeah, I think if I did that now, I've come to just embrace the curls, and I think it's just going to be a case of me getting it cut in such a way that the curls can kind of do what they want, but they don't blind me. This is the only problem, that it's been kind of the first night tonight that I just couldn't see anything. And even when you split the hair in the middle, the hair's so long that you split it here, but then the end bits of it are still curling down here. So you think, it reminds me of what's that actor's name? It's something like, River Phoenix. I think that's his name. I knew that it was a bit of a weird name, and I know that he's no longer with us, sadly, and died at a young age. A very promising actor who was in the Indiana Jones movie, and that was the one with Sean Connery in it, I believe. But anyway, in the beginning of the movie, he had really long hair with really long fringe, I guess, and he's trying to get it out of his face when he's looking at, I'm trying to remember the movie, he's looking at, is it a lion? And then he does the whip, and he whips himself in the face to try to explain how Harrison Ford, or at least the character, then has the scar, which is, of course, something that Harrison Ford has. Anyway, and he's trying to kind of part his hair to see what's going on. That's what I felt like earlier. So, yeah, now it's just been sprayed out of my face. And, yeah, we will hopefully be okay if it just keeps... You can see gradually, look, it's turning. It is turning minute by minute. It's turning. And on this side... So, yeah, welcome to my world. You spray it and it still won't stay where it is. But, yeah, I'll just keep on doing that. We'll be fine. Anyway, let's move on with tonight's live stream. That's definitely enough hair talk for the whole live stream. And back to the donations thing. You don't have to donate, but for those people that can't resist, I think it's important that you know between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the super chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal through the PayPal link, which you can find in the description below. So let me just quickly jump into the super chat window because there has been a donation in there, and that is Paul, who's donated $5. Thank you for that, Paul. And the message is, let's have fun tonight, all y'all. Spike the likes, please. Peace, love, and rock. So thank you for that, Paul. And there have been some donations on PayPal, so I will make sure that I get through those. Now, was there... I seem to remember there's something going off in the back of my head. I think there was a donation right at the end of the last live stream. And was it Orlando? It might have been Orlando. This is now testing my memory, but I'm now getting... Well, I'm going to skip that advert for a start. But now I'm getting into my YouTube studio to see what happened at the end of the last live stream. And indeed, it was Orlando who donated $2 right at the end of the live stream. I'd stopped actually being live and then saw the donation come through. So thank you for that. And the message was, great jam. See you all Tuesday. So thank you for that, Orlando. Right. So that's that dealt with from the end of the last live stream. Let's just jump into the PayPal window because Elrod donated £6. So thank you for that. And that is a straight up donation. And Ian has donated £1 as well. So thank you for that, Ian. And we have, let me see here, Karen, who's donated £7 and 10 pence. So thank you for that, Karen. And the message with this is... Hello from beautiful Sacramento, California. Phil, I got a taste of the comments you get referencing performances that aren't fully live. I saw people saying Miss Swift does everything live, so I referred them to your video and they attacked me and you. They don't believe in the software. So thank you for that. And yeah, I mean... Welcome to my world. It is ridiculous, really, because over on Instagram, I even got a death threat about that particular video. So it shows you how important people think not using auto-tune or singing live is. But sadly, yeah, it's absolutely true what I'm saying. I mean, sadly for those fans that don't want to believe it, but also it's if they don't believe in the software, then you can test the software so that you don't have to believe in it. Like, belief is something what you think, well, yeah, you can believe in anything really, but the point of having software like that is that you can test it yourself. So if they don't believe in the software, you think, well, yeah, but have you tested it? You don't just don't believe in something. Just test the software, get the same results. So yeah, this is it. That if I mean, there are occasionally the odd kind of person or comment that comes through about saying, oh yeah, no, because you're using software that isn't expensive. I don't know how these people are justifying what they're saying, but they say, oh, because it's not expensive, it means that it's not very good and can't be relied upon. But all you've got to do with any kind of software is test it. Test it yourself. Like, put an audio file through it, put the same audio file through it, and see whether they match or not. See how accurately it plots it twice in a row, 3 times in a row, 4 times in a row. So when you start getting audio files that match each other, then you know that that's because it is the same pitch that's being plotted, i.e. the same vocal, i.e. the same audio file. And then when you add into the equation about crowd shot footage and ambient noise, that should throw everything off. So when we're talking about Taylor Swift as the example, the crowd shot footage that I looked at, it shouldn't match at all because of all of the ambient noise going on. It should be absolutely unreliable so that nothing will ever match up just because of the amount of variables going on. So the fact that stuff does match up means there's only one answer for that, and that is that we've got the same audio file being played back, and the pitch monitoring software can hear it in those sections, and that's why they match up. And you cannot repeat your vocal twice in a row ever. And I always say that's why double tracking exists, why singers sing along with their original melody line, because it's never going to be exactly the same. So anyway, yeah, the people that say, oh yeah, I don't believe in the software, they haven't tested the software. But also you think, well, yeah, they don't really understand like what they're talking about. That what I'm saying is absolutely objective and true. The other thing that they seem not to realize is that my video, especially that one and the follow-up videos that I made, that above all other videos that I've made would not exist if it were not true. It would have been pulled down the second after I upload it, or maybe 15 minutes after I uploaded it, because Taylor Swift's team and lawyers would see what I'm saying and what I'm pointing out. But it is absolutely factual, and that's why that they can't take it down, because yeah, you can do it yourself, like I said, and I'm sure that they have done the test themselves as well, or themselves, to check that what I'm saying is absolutely true, and that if they were to challenge it, then yeah, in a court of law, I could get a member of the jury to do the test themselves and come up with the same result. So yeah, that's the whole point of it. But this is the problem, that yeah, it is very difficult when you're a fan of a particular band or artist to then accept that they're maybe not as accurate live as you thought they were, and they are using auto-tune, or that they are indeed, you know, lip syncing or miming, and then you believe that they're not. It's a case of, well, it then goes past belief. It's now actual facts. You know, I think everyone should rely. You can, you know, believe what you want to believe. That's up to everyone, but you should always try to get as many facts as possible so that your belief, if you are going to believe in something, you've got to make sure that you've got as much data as possible to then, you know, justify that belief. And when we're talking about something that is physical, objective, and something that you can absolutely prove and has been proven, then yeah, that's not a belief thing anymore. That's now factual. It's been proven. So there are other things that people believe in that you can't prove. But in this particular case, it's easy because you can prove it. So anyway, yeah, it's just part of the course, unfortunately, getting messages like that from people that really, they can't accept it, but they don't know why they can't accept it because they don't actually know what I've done in the analysis, and what they're actually trying to contradict is an objective fact. So anyway, thank you for that, Karen. And Andrew's donated £10 as well. So thank you for that, Andrew. And that's a straight up donation. Tammy's donated £20. Thank you for that, Tammy. The message is, hi Phil, how has streaming changed how you view your own career? Keep on rocking. So thank you for that. Streaming, I don't know, it hasn't changed it at all really. I guess because I've been doing it for so long, and as soon as it became a standard thing for people to be doing, I just started doing it on Facebook initially, and then on Facebook they started wanting you to pay, and I think they still do that, to get your live stream to the people that have liked your channel or that support your page technically on Facebook. So they were charging you to increase your reach. So once they started doing that, I thought, well, I'm not going to pay for people watching my live stream or being told about it. If they do want to watch it, they should have that choice. So I then moved over to YouTube and forgot about Facebook because it's absolutely stupid, charging the person doing the live stream to actually tell people about the live stream. It didn't really make sense, considering the people who would want to watch the live stream have already accepted that they want to watch the live stream. So yeah, it's all really weird over on Facebook. So yeah, I left them quite a long time ago, and then did it on YouTube, and that's how it's been since then. It hasn't really, I guess when I first started, it was something that I just had to get used to, doing live streams, and then I'd go through doing the live analysis streams, but then those were a nightmare on the copyright front, and getting particular streams that were just cut off halfway, because whatever I was looking at or analysing, whatever piece of audio I did play would have been blocked on copyright. So it means that your live stream suddenly stops. So yeah, that's why those live analysis videos didn't stay for very long, or something I couldn't continue. But then we just went back to doing the standard live streams, as I do now. But of course, I was around way before live streams were a normal thing. When I first did a live stream, that was having to rent the server yourself, and very complicated process. So now it's very easy, and people can do it from their phones and from like here, the computer. But it's just something that you can set up instantly and get going. So the technology certainly has moved on. As for how it's viewed, what I do, it's just a normal part of my week, doing it on a Tuesday and a Saturday, and it hasn't really changed my approach to anything. What I will say that I think is a little bit silly, but it might get you more views or subscribers, I don't know, but I get approached by these companies saying that they could take all of my content that I've made, all of my analysis videos, and they could just put it on a loop of, I don't know, that loop would go on for years just to go one time through. But they said they put it on a loop so that I'm constantly live streaming, so that my channel is constantly live. And I've seen this on other official channels where it says that they're live, but all it is just showing old footage. So they're not live really, they're live showing old footage. So I say to the companies that offer to do this that I don't want to do it, because in my view, as much as it might get more viewers and subscribers and all that stuff, in my view, it then devalues your live streams. Because I think that if somebody sees that I'm live and then they tune in and they see that I'm not live, then they're not going to trust that I'm ever live. So yeah, my thought process is, well, if I'm actually live when I say I'm live, or when YouTube says I'm live, then that for me is what a live stream is. It is when the person's actually doing something. So yeah, I'm not buying into that. So I think it's probably good for me to base it on my own views or my own opinions of other channels that I've seen doing it. And then when you tune in thinking you're going to see something live, it's not. It's just a bit of a sellout, I think. But anyway, thank you for that, Tammy. And Karen's donated £5.60, so thank you for that. And the message is, hi Phil, I saw a YouTube video about Sony developing a new AI detection technology which identifies copyrighted music within AI generated songs, unlike Deezer, which only flags AI generated tracks. Do you think this could be a positive step for musicians? Thanks for all you do, Karen. So thank you for that. And yeah, I think it is a positive step, identifying, and this is what is crazy, that everything that AI got trained on was illegally obtained. And I mean, I do try to see a little bit about the AI cases as they're going and what the results are, but I think in one particular case it's like the developer of that was saying that, when any new technology comes in, it's always met with resistance in the industry. And the examples that they gave were, one of them was MP3s. And I thought, what? MP3s has never made somebody, or has never stolen their copyrighted material or affected their royalties. Like, say, for example, on a radio station, they play the MP3 rather than the WAV file. It's not going to affect the royalties from that song. That will still get flagged with Content ID. They would still get their money for that. So some of the comparisons that were made with AI and previous technologies were, in my opinion, totally off the mark. You think that's not the same thing. Just using everybody's songs ever, and I think it was tens of millions of songs that have been admitted to, being used to train the AI, and they didn't have any of the permission to take those tens of millions of songs. Yeah, it's crazy. And then I saw that even in one case they said, one of the places that they took songs from was from YouTube. So think, okay, well, how many songs did they take from YouTube? Let's just see how many songs are on YouTube. And they just went wild with it, like taking independent musicians' music as well. For all I know, they could have taken my music because my music's on YouTube. So yeah, all of that illegal stuff that was going on, and yeah, some of the excuses that they're making, that bringing in those previous technologies and the resistance to them, it's totally irrelevant. So it's just literally a case of, did you have permission to use that to develop your AI? And they didn't. So it's a very simple view for me. But yeah, getting new detection technology that can flag parts of songs that come from other songs, because this is what AI does. It's just taking everything and then splurting out lots of stuff together, randomized, and saying, there you go, there's a new song. You say, well, no, it's not a new song, really. It's taken little parts of every song that it's been fed, which is tens of millions of songs. So yeah, it can get very complicated when a particular riff is being used in a particular song, and some people might not know the other song. It could be an independent musician whose riff has now been just splurted out by AI, and somebody now has this AI song that actually has somebody else's riff in there. So yeah, it's a very complicated issue, but yeah, hopefully they'll crack down on it. And these cases and the arguments for saying, and this is always the AI company that say this, but you're stifling people's creativity by not allowing them to effectively use the talent of everyone else who hasn't been compensated for their talents being used and their copyrighted material being used. So saying, you're not allowing them to be creative. Again, that's totally irrelevant. People can be as creative as they want. if you want to write a song yourself, you can do that. If you want to learn to play an instrument, you can do that. But you don't say, right, I want to write a song, so let me use that person's song and that person's song and that person's song and that person's song. And I want to be able to play a guitar solo, but I'm not going to learn to play the guitar. I'm going to take that bit of that solo and that guitarist solo and that guitar. That's not how it works. You learn to do things yourself, and then you can create music yourself. And that's generally. And if you are going to sample things, then the person that you have sampled that from, they get royalties for that. You get an agreement. They get a percentage of every particular, sale, download, whatever it might be. If it's used on TV, then they'll get a percentage of that new song that's sampling the old song. So everything is above board. But just training AI on something that you didn't have permission and to take in the first place is a bit crazy. So all of the arguments that I've heard from the AI side just absolutely do not stack up for me. Right. But getting more strict with it is always a good move, a positive move in my eyes. Mitch Marie has donated £2. Thank you for that. And the message is, happy 1 year anniversary on your secret side project launch. When things get more established, it would be nice to have a directory on the website of producers and sound engineers that also align with your vision. Thanks, and keep on fighting the good fight. Thank you for that. Now, it would be good, but I was looking into, because I've been thinking it might be good just to make a video on auto-tune and auto-tune live, where I would sing something and you'll hear the difference between me singing with auto-tune and then singing without it. Basically using, if I could, using the raw signal that hasn't been auto-tuned to show where my voice actually was, and then the auto-tuned result of what would have been applied live. I thought it might be quite an interesting video. But looking into auto-tune and Antares or Antares, I don't know how you pronounce it, but going on there, because they're the market leader for live auto-tune and all of that. So looking on that site, they've got a list of Grammy nominated and Grammy winning producers who all use Antares auto-tune. And even some of them, I saw a quote from one of them saying, every project I start, regardless of the artist, auto-tune is the first thing that I put on every vocal. So these are Grammy winning producers that are saying, regardless of the singer, the first thing I put on their voice is auto-tune. Which for me, I think, well, what's the point in having a great singer then, if you're going to take away their voice and put it through a processor and get the same result as you could get with any other singer who doesn't have the same expression of a great singer. So it's all very weird. And at the bottom of the page it said, freeing your voice or realize your voice or something like that. But you can't really say that with autotune because it is literally not your voice. I have seen lots of vocal courses and vocal coaches who say about freeing your voice and learning to sing and finding your voice. But when you learn to sing, that isn't you creating a voice that didn't exist. That is actually going to be your voice. But when you auto-tune your vocals, that isn't your voice. Your vocal gets replaced with another audio file, and you never really get to hear your own voice. It hasn't been freed. It's just been replaced by a processor. So, it's very, very strange. But I'm kind of looking into that to see, because I've never used it. I think, well, I can see how it would make singing a lot easier. But for me, it's not something that I'm going to use or have ever used in the past. I don't even have auto-tune. But just to see what you can do, because depending on the settings, I think that there is a way that I could maybe intentionally sing flat and then sing sharp to maybe show how auto-tune, if the harmonies are not where they're supposed to be, how auto-tune will organize that so your harmonies are perfect, or at least they sound perfect, or that they sound calibrated to A440, because that's what auto-tune does. It just gives you that finite value and it edits the vocal instantly. So it means that if you've got singers who can't really harmonize very well, auto-tune will make it sound like they can. But I guess that's the whole point. And that's why it's... So, yeah, going back to getting a list of producers and sound engineers, I don't know, they won't be in the mainstream industry because the Grammy award-winning producers are all using it. And, Grammy-nominated producers as well, all using it. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame that we're now moving into this weird world of music where vocals aren't really vocals anymore, they're a piano. And yeah, I mean, you think, well, yeah, why not then use AI, as long as everyone's compensated for their music being trained on AI. You think, well, there is going to be no difference between a singer and an AI vocalist in the future, because the singer will just be calibrated to A440. So, well, why do you need that singer's voice? Just take an AI voice, because that will already be calibrated to A440, because it will just copy all of the music that it's been trained on, which now, as an industry standard, will be calibrated to A440. So yeah, we're getting into a world now where we're never going to get the same releases and the same vocals as we used to have I think 2001 was the first iteration of Melodyne digital pitch correction. So everything in the 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, you can keep on going back. Everything from then, we're never going to get vocals like that in the modern age, because everything is going through A440, which is just crazy. I don't get it on any level. But anyway, thank you for that, Mitch Marie. And Laura's donated £10 as well, so thank you for that. And the message is, Phil, how was the dental appointment? So this was, it was okay. Typically, my teeth have all now calmed down, and I think each one of my wisdom teeth took their turn in kind of pushing through. But the dentist said that the tooth that got infected is pretty much pushed all the way through now. So that's probably what it was doing and why it was very sensitive, and then it got infected as well. And it's really up to me whether I wanted to get that particular wisdom tooth taken out. And with the x-ray, he said that it is close to a nerve. So there's the potential of doing nerve damage or having nerve damage, but it should be okay. But there's always a risk, and there will be a risk with how close it is. But he also said that generally, if you get an infection every twice in 6 months, then that's when they recommend that you get it removed. But because I've just had one infection, and I think the previous one was maybe 8 years ago or something, then he said it's really up to me whether I want to get it removed or not. So I said, well, I'm inclined just to kind of leave it and see if it gets infected again. But yeah, it's always difficult, because you think, well, what if I did have it removed? And you think, oh, right, well, that's done. But what if I then got nerve damage? Like, what would that be like? Would it, because I think that could be a nightmare if I get something that is going to be hurting all the time, or something's happened to that nerve and something did go wrong. So I think, well, it's a lot better. Like, now my teeth feel fine, and touch wood, and hopefully they'll be okay. And the wisdom teeth might try and push through again, but as long as I can avoid an infection, then that's the most important thing. So yeah, I've said I'll just leave them as they are at the moment, and if it happens again, then I'll start to maybe think about it again. But yeah, certainly, I don't know, when he said that there is always a risk of doing nerve damage, because it is close to the close to where they would have to go in to take it out. I don't know how it works, but yeah, it must be it must be not a normal thing for the nerve to be as close as it is. So that was enough for me to kind of think, right, well, yeah, if it gets worse in the future, then I'll have to think about it then. But anyway, thank you for that, Laura. And Karen's donated £7.09, so thank you for that. And the message is, hi Phil, I just watched an old analysis of you checking out Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville, and saw you really liked it. It made me wonder if you ever share songs with your sister / parents. So thank you for that. Sometimes, yeah, it just depends. If I happen to see something and think that they would really like it, then I'll send a link to it on WhatsApp or something like that. But not really. Generally, I just kind of get through the analysis videos, and I guess it would have to be something that is, very much in the wheelhouse of my dad's taste in music or my sister's taste in music. So I think a lot of the stuff that I do look at might not fall into any of their categories. So but occasionally, I'll share things around. So anyway, let's Domingo1234 said they told me that too, and $6,000 later. I don't know what that refers to, but maybe it's the tooth thing. But the thing is, in England we have the NHS, so it means that everything is not very expensive. I don't know how much it would cost to have a tooth taken out, but it's not going to be, maybe, I don't know, a couple of £100, something like that. So that'd be what's that, $500, something like that. Maybe. I am speculating, but I don't think it's that expensive. For a normal appointment at the dentist, it's £27, so that'll be $45 maybe. I'm not sure exactly on the exchange rate, but yeah, $45 for them to go in, check out your teeth and see what's going on. So we are lucky, I think, with the NHS and the things that we get, being seen for free and not having to pay to go to the hospital or anything like that. The only thing that you will have to pay for is if you do go to the dentist. So when I had my emergency appointment, that was £27 for the emergency, which is again quite good, because they saw me, I think, within a few days of me wanting to get an appointment. And once you've been seen, then they give you the prescription to pick up the antibiotics, and that's something that you have to pay for, the antibiotics. So you have to pay for the treatment, but it's not expensive. It's just a normal, I don't know, what would that be, £5, £10? It's not something that's going to be really expensive. So anyway, we are lucky with the NHS here. But thank you for the donations over on PayPal. You don't have to donate, but they are very much appreciated. And Kevin says, Australia, no dental, you pay 4,000 Australian dollars. I'm not sure of the exchange rate, but sounds like a lot. $4,000, not uncommon. So, and I guess this is why everyone, we're not going to get political on the live stream, but this is why everyone, regardless of where they're from, like refugees, just bypass all the other countries of Europe. In fact, they'll go through multiple European countries to try and get to England. Because of that, I guess, the NHS, that if you do get here and you are allowed to stay, then all of the treatment that you'll get, if you do have any illnesses or problems, then you will be seen to, you will be taken care of. So and I think for some people that it is a very difficult, a very, I don't know, sensitive issue with people that have paid, because we pay for the NHS. It means that we pay our taxes, and we pay a ridiculous amount of tax, and it takes care of the NHS and everything, and that's why it can, we can have it for free, because it's all taken care of by the people that live here and then pay for it. And then if you get lots of people that then enter the country and start using all of the doctors, nurses and equipment and everything, and the people that have paid for it over maybe even their lifetime of 40 or 50 years working, all their lives, they're paid for the NHS, and now they can't get an appointment because somebody who's just entered the country illegally is being looked after by the NHS. So this is why it's such a sensitive issue, and why things here in the UK, but especially in England, why it's kind of a powder keg of discussions, and people that of course want to look after everyone and make sure that if you are fleeing a war-torn country and just trying to get out of there to stay alive, then they have just as much right as everyone else to live and to be safe. But then you've got the argument of, well, they're going through so many countries to get to England that the other European countries, the ones that are closer, should probably try and help a little bit. But like I said, we're not going to get political, but you can imagine the kind of political arguments that people have, especially with the NHS. So this might be something that happens in other countries, but I guess we're unique in that the NHS is such a I don't know, such a rare thing to have all of your expenses and to be looked after without having to worry about it, and not having medical insurance. And I know that that's something over in the USA that people pay for, so then when you do need any treatment, it's kind of covered or makes it easier. So anyway, thank you for the donations. And Veronica has donated again the Israeli currency of 15 something. This begins, I said last time I'm going to try and remember what it is, and it has maybe a D in it, but it's just one of those words that it doesn't make any sense for me. Speaking English, it's not an English word, not something I can relate to, like sterling or dollars or a currency that I know. So maybe somebody can let me know in the live chat room again, because I don't know whether it starts with a D, but it's just something that doesn't get stored in my head. But anyway, thank you for this donation. And the message is, hi Phil and friends, love you all, hope to see more of you soon, rock on. So thank you for that. Right, we are going to be jumping into, I think, this is a close one for tonight, the cover video. I Don't Want to Miss a Thing has 51% of the vote, so I'm going to end the poll and see if that's how it finishes. And just see Rose says shekels. Why did I think there was a D in it? So and Veronica says it's in the Bible. Okay, thank you for that, Veronica. I haven't read the Bible. I've only have to remember it from school, but that was a very, very long time ago. So thank you for that. But this is why it's not something that's getting stored in my head. So let's see. It is I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, with 51% of the vote. So thank you for that, everyone voting. We are going to jump into it, and it's almost 5 to midnight here, so let's actually jump into the likeometer, because we haven't seen that in a while. It is 300, and look at that for timing, 355 likes. And we're aiming for 355 likes. So nailed it with the timing. Never done that before in a gazillion live streams. So yeah, thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. It means we are going to be having a field jam at the end of this live stream. What I'm going to do is probably check how long the backing track is that Joe sent me to make sure that we'll fit it in. But yeah, I think we've got enough time for all of that. So let's now jump into it, and I hope you guys enjoy this, my version of the Aerosmith classic, and I'll see you after. Rock!
Stay awake just to hear you breathing, watch you smile while you are sleeping, while you're far away dreaming. I could spend my life in this sweet surrender. I could stay lost in this moment forever. Every moment spent with you is a moment I treasure. I don't wanna close my eyes, I don't wanna fall asleep, cause I miss you, babe, and I don't wanna miss a thing. Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream will never do. I still miss you, babe, and I don't wanna miss a thing. Lying close to you, feeling your heart beating, and I wonder what you're dreaming. I wonder if it's me you're seeing, and I kiss your eyes. Thank God we're together. I just want to stay with you in this moment forever, forever and ever. I don't want to close my eyes, I don't want to fall asleep, cause I miss you, babe, and I don't want to miss a thing. Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream will never do. I still miss you, babe, and I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to miss one smile, I don't want to miss one kiss. I just wanna be with you, right here with you, just like this. I just wanna hold you close, feel your body close to mine, and we'll stay in this moment for all the rest of time. Yeah, yeah. Don't wanna close my eyes, don't wanna fall asleep, cause I miss you, babe, and I don't wanna miss a thing. Cause even when I dream of you, the sweetest dream will never do. I still miss you, babe, and I don't wanna miss a thing. I don't wanna miss a thing.
And there we have it with the slow fade out thing. I don't know why I put that on that video, but yeah, I saw that it took a very long time to fade in and then a very long time to fade out, but that was what it was. I hope you guys enjoyed that, my version of I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. And just quickly jumping into the super chat window, Kyrie Layson has donated $3. Thank you for that. And it is the pear person doing a thumbs up. So there's been another donation over on PayPal. And this is from Karen for £4.90. So thank you for that. And the message is, I think getting a death threat because someone doesn't agree with your software and or accept your objective analysis is going way too far. Not to sugarcoat this, But as the phrase goes, denial, not a river in Egypt. Thanks for all you do, Karen. So thank you for that. Yeah, it's a bit it's a bit silly, but that's how seriously some people take the live performances of their idols, and that they just refuse to believe that their favourite singer or artist would ever be doing something or being dishonest about something. That's something that we did recently on the channel. That was the last video on Sunday, where I'm pointing out that, yeah, unfortunately, the tendency now seems to be of wanting to try to get some kind of, credit or recognition for a particular vocal performance, knowing that you've tuned it, but then saying that you haven't tuned it. So yeah, it's just a bit ridiculous. Melody Rock says the Charlie Puth video you did was awesome. So thank you for that. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. A little bit crazy that situation. Right, now where are we at? 1 minute past midnight. And I think we're up to date over on PayPal as well. Oh, I said I was going to check how long the backing track was, and I didn't check how long the backing track was, but it is 7 minutes and 38 seconds. That means we might have time for something else. We don't have Picture Corner tonight. What else could we fit in? Maybe a fill tune, potentially. If you want to see a fill tune, then what have we got? We've got the Guff Fest, the Italian, the Library, the Bassist one, and the Fireworks one. So yeah, we've got 5. If you want to watch a fill tune, whichever one I see requested first, I'll jump into. And Cindy says the Italian. So we are going to be jumping into the Italian fill tune. And I always have a chuckle to myself thinking of people who haven't watched a live stream before tuning in at this point where there's just a really weird random cartoon. But these are stories from my music career, things that actually happened. Believe it or not, entirely factual. So we'll jump into the Italian and then we'll have the fill jam. So I'll see you guys after this. Rock.
That sounds absolutely excellent. We'll get the next train down and meet you at the Fox.
What the heck was that all about?
That was the excellent Italian drummer we were hoping to hear from. He loves our songs and can't wait to meet. He's really keen. We're going to London tonight to meet at the Intrepid Fox. We'll get the train. He said he definitely wants the drummer position in the band.
Ruddy heck, that is awesome. Finally, someone keen enough to meet and get things rolling.
I am amazed at how empty this carriage is. It must be a lucky day.
Yes, this is very rare. Normally I would not know where to look and have somebody sneezing and coughing in my face.
Not to mention, of course, the regulation bum guff released into the airtight carriage, making breathing impossible. I'm actually really looking forward to tonight. I think this guy could be the guy we need. From what I've heard, he really wants to be in the band.
Finally, it seems our luck is changing.
I definitely think this was a fantastic use of my last £15 of the month. I don't mind being skinned if it means we have a decent drummer.
Yes, I'm certain he will appreciate us spending £15 each and taking this 2-hour train journey to meet with him.
Precisely. Imagine if this was all for nothing. Ha ha ha. That would be so funny, I would probably guff my own bum.
Ha ha ha, yes indeed. From what he has said, there is no way this could ever end in a clap to the face.
We must be nearly there, as the people are starting to stare at us less and also the women are becoming more attractive.
Yes, you are correct. Here we are. Remember to try to avoid eye contact with the busker just in case. Here we are. I am so excited. I've been waiting for this day all my life, in a way.
I suggest you keep talk like that to a minimum around here. You sound like a hormone sensual, not a metal. Rock death voodoo punk of death. Let's go inside. Wowzers. Heck, this place looks a lot more realistic on the outside.
Hey there guys, you are looking for me. I think I want to say. Are you Phil?
Yes, I am. I recognize that Italian accent. You must be Alessandro.
That is not an Italian accent.
Shut your guff trap, you're breaking the illusion. Right, let's get a proverbial beverage and talk band business.
Sounds good to me.
Well guys, we certainly are having a great luck. And getting on like fantastic chums. I like the vibe we are producing with our verbal interactions.
Can I just say guys, you are amazing. And I would love to join the band. I'm in this for the big time. Whatever it takes.
It's only been 10 minutes but I think we all want to move in the same direction and get this show on the road.
We've been searching so long but finally it has paid off. I think there are some great times ahead.
Oh do shut up, I'm seriously starting to worry about you. Now, let's talk business. Shall we get a rehearsal booked for say 2 weeks' time?
Well, in 2 weeks I'm heading back to Italy. So, that is not too good for me.
Absolutely no problem. When are you back from Italy? We'll organize it for that week.
Yes, the problem is I'm not sure I'm coming back to England.
Ha ha ha. I hope to heck that you are pulling on my proverbials.
No, I'm serious. It is unlikely I'll be coming back.
Heck. Are you actually demented in the head? How the absolute guff are you going to gig with us when you are in a different country?
Oh yes, I can see that will be a problem. I hope I haven't wasted your time.
Oh no, not at all. We love to travel for 2 hours on the train, spending our money on train tickets and a beer for you, just for you to frig us in the guff, right? Well, we are going to leave now for the 2-hour journey back home. I sincerely do hope you get home safely to your flat just around the corner. Come on, let's get the guffing heck out of this vicinity before I lose my temper and tell him to frigging naff off back to Italy.
It's lucky it's all on film, or else nobody would ever believe this actually happened. Unbelievable.
What an absolute waste of time and money. To top it all, I had to spend my last 30 pence at the Paddington toilets. What a rip-off. I can't believe he spun me. That guff. About wanting to make it big with us. This is the worst day of my life.
And there we have it. That was my real life story featuring the Italian. Right, who, yeah, unfortunately having an Italian accent wasn't an option for one of the voices, so it just had to be an American sounding one. So we are going to be jumping into tonight's Phil Jam. Let me turn that off. Let me turn this on. I'm going to try and remember to do everything before we start. Red dude, where is he? There he is. Took a bit of time. Okay, right, that's coming through. That's on. So, we are jumping into number 307. So, this is, dramatic reggae backing track. Then a line and B minor, or just BM. And this is coming from Rust Elements, R-U-S-T Elements, as you would expect. What have I got down here? Because I'm going to attempt to listen to this through my laptop. Oh, what's going on here? It's one of the other programs is bouncing saying that there's an update for it. So let me try and avoid doing that. So anyway, hopefully you'll be able to hear this. Like I said, it's through a laptop, so it's not particularly clear for me, but let's just press play and see what happens. I can hear it. Okay. I'm looking at the picture, and the markings on their guitar are wrong, which is a shame. But oh, here we go.
podcast.
Oh!
I don't like
Advert. So there we had it, and that was Dramatic Reggae Backing Track B minor. That's the title of it, from Rust Elements. So there we go. That was it. A bit of a kind of relaxed one there, with went a little bit clean at the end, which is, I mean, it's always. Yeah, it's always a bit annoying where there's a sudden drop out or sudden finish, because you want there to be some kind of ending. But that is what it was. So thank you for sending that my way, Joe, and thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up and ensuring that we had a Phil Jam tonight. And yeah, we have all kinds of things that pop up during the Phil Jams, and this was a dramatic reggae backing track. That's at least what the title said. Right, now I think we are just about up to date with everything. Diamond Girl 1234 donated $5, so thank you for that. And the message was, that was so good. I love a good bit of the islands. Thanks, Phil. And thanks to Melody Rock for the suggestion with a smiley face. So thank you for that. And yes, just reading Joe's message. It says that it was a suggestion or a request or a guest contributor from Melody Rocks. So yeah, thank you for that. Right, now we are ready to finish. I think that we're all up to date, ready to call things to a close. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. There's going to be another video tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, so look out for that. I'm going to be live streaming on Saturday night as always, 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So yeah, if you could join me then as well, that would be very much appreciated. We'll be looking for every thumbs up we can muster to have another Phil Jam, of course, reaching it tonight. It means that, yeah, if everyone turns up again, then hopefully we'll be able to have another one on Saturday. So thank you for tuning in tonight. All that's left for me to say is try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!